All right, today we are gonna do a pre and postnatal safe, either labor training if you're prepping for labor, or interval training if you're in that period of postpartum. The special thing about this workout today is that we are gonna focus deeply on releasing and relaxing the pelvic floor in between those intervals of up and down. So this is also a great workout if you know that you have a hypertonic or pelvic floor that tends to hold tension. When we come down to release, get back into that diaphragmatic breath, we're also gonna do a deep focus on just letting go in some very specific positions. We're gonna start with a warm-up. I want you to get those arms overhead, and we're just gonna take that cross body reach and feel your weight shift out of one leg into the next. And the very first thing you're gonna do is connect to your breath. So inhale, ribs and belly, trying to get right into that diaphragmatic breath. As you exhale, try to go into that active belly pump. So we're gonna lift the pelvic floor. Think of that wrap or zip up the front of the body. Inhale, let that go again. So whenever you think of your exhale, try to go into an active wrap or that integration of that deep inner core unit. As you move a little faster in and out of these positions, we're gonna pull down, march those knees up underneath you. Exhale, lifting the pelvic floor, zipping, wrapping up the front of the body. Starting to get that heart rate up, blood is flowing. We're gonna take 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna put a little bit of rotation into our spine as we come in and out of a squat. Now we know by now that that rotation is a place where we want to wrap those core muscles closer to our bodies. Feel that weight going down into the feet, feeling your lower body and glutes turn on to support that up and down motion out of the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, find your breath. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Whew, feeling warm already. We haven't even hit that first interval yet. Keep yourself moving, catch your breath. Have water close by. Grab that sip of water as you need it. And we're gonna head into our first interval. All right, set 1. We're gonna take about a minute to a minute and a half on the timer. Coming down, finding those glutes. Take that deep hip hinge. Front of the body goes back behind you. Sits bones to the back wall. Chest and shoulders open. And you're breathing. Where's your breath in? Where's your breath out? Now it's really hard, if not impossible, to maintain that parasympathetic nervous system or diaphragmatic breath. Say that fast, 10 times in a row. While we do cardio. Cardio produces a stress response in our bodies, which releases adrenaline, cortisol. That's why we're taking that time in between these intervals to focus on getting back into that low, low, low place. To get back into the diaphragm, slow everything down, go back into rest and recovery. Still breathing. Give me 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and last one. First recovery, all the way down to the floor. Use those core muscles, wrap, either coming down to your side or all the way to your back. Feet can be in any position underneath you. If you want to hit full relaxation here, you're welcome to do that. Close your eyes. And the reason it's so much easier to get back into that deep diaphragmatic breath when we're on the floor is because your body's natural response when you're sleeping is to go into rest and recovery. So this is a familiar position to your body in order to restore that deep, calm, rejuvenation, energizing, cell building, all those places that we want to be right now. Now I want you to think about your pelvic floor. Can you find a release? And we're just gonna release here for about 30 more seconds. Trying to imagine those muscles in the pelvic floor. Pubic bone to tailbone widening this way, front to back, and then sits bone to sits bone widening this way, side to side. So you feel that lengthening. Maybe release your jaw. If you're clenching your jaw, you're also probably clenching your pelvic floor. Maybe give your butt a little wiggle. See how long it takes to get back into that deep belly breath. Whew. All right, we're gonna take one more exhale and we're gonna turn on that core unit or wrap those core muscles to get ourselves back up to standing. Use your breath to transition to get you there. And we are gonna come into a parallel lunge position. One leg forward, one leg back. Find your front glute. I don't want this to be in your knees or gripping in your quads. That might mean in order to find that glute, you've got to pitch your weight a little forward. Drive into that front heel. And we're gonna take those arms up and down. Find your butt. Find your butt, find your breath. Keep those chest muscles open. Woo, find your balance too. Driving in and out of that heel. Just a few more seconds on this side. Slow these down if you need to. But if you feel good, you feel that glute activation, you feel that stability with the core, go ahead and take this up to a little bit faster. 2 more. Last one. Great. Other side. Parallel position. Find your glute, front leg. Start that up and down. Open up the chest. Where's your inhale? Where's your exhale? Whew. Burning right away on this left side for me. I'm really thinking about that front heel as it drives down into the ground. Those arms above your head are gonna get that heart rate up a little faster. If you need to tone it down a little bit, go ahead and just drop those hands to your hips. A few more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down to the ground. Use those core muscles to get you there. And I'm gonna come into an all fours position. Whew. Going right back into that deep diaphragmatic breath. And I'm just gonna take a gentle rock, or you can circle out that pelvis. Trying to put some movement into your sacrum. Think about your sacrum, those 5 fused vertebrae right there down by your tailbone. And think about just putting a little bit of movement side to side, maybe a tuck and a tilt, around a circle. Focusing on movement in the pelvis here without activating your glutes. Because again, our goal is to release and relax our pelvic floor. Think about your upper body here, holding you up. Those scapula are engaged down so we're not crunching into the shoulders and upper back muscles. Deep belly breath. You inhale, that belly drops down towards the floor. Your pelvic floor lets go. Exhale, just let that belly hang, drop, release. A few more breaths here. Just moving gently through the pelvis. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. We're gonna get ourselves back up to standing. Use those core muscles, find those glutes to get you up. Whew. All right, ready to go to round 3? We're just gonna step out into those star taps. Find your breath. Now, if you're still doing full jacks or back to doing jacks in post, go ahead and check in with those jumping jacks. Make sure that you are paying attention to your pelvic floor. Pain, pressure, incontinence, leaking of any kind, signs to scale back to this tap instead. If you need a medium level between those two, you're starting to play with some pelvic floor activations and a jump. You can slow those jacks down and really feel that lift of the pelvic floor on your landing. But you're gonna go to the place where your body feels comfortable. So you're always working in that positive mental space. Now put a little more energy into those fingertips. As we get tired, we tend to go into all the wrong muscles. A little bit of energy under those arms. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're gonna go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Two options for recovery here. One is to come down, elbows on your knees, butt is back, chest is forward, and just take a gentle rock here, side to side. Now, if you are prepping for labor, you've got a tabletop or a chair or something a little higher, you can hang over here and just sway your hips side to side. You can go there. Otherwise, hit those knees. The second option for recovery here is to come all the way down into that deep squat. Now, depending on the length of your Achilles and your range of motion, you may or may not have access to this position. It's a great position to lengthen and release that pelvic floor. It's also the fastest and most efficient way to birth a baby is in this deep squat. The shortest route for that baby to enter the world through the birth canal. Take a nice big breath in, feel that pelvic floor let go. Exhale. A few more counts here. Feeling that release, lengthen. And then we are gonna bring ourselves back up for just one more round of intervals. Quick, fast and furious cardio workout today. Go ahead and get yourself out of that. Drop your tailbone, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Hips driving forward. You're gonna take a curtsy squat. Most of your weight is in your front leg. You feel that front glute. You step up through the center. You go down the other side. Front leg, front glute. This one's back here for balance. So up, down, up, curtsy. I'm thinking about squeezing my inner thighs together. The very top here. I'm gonna figure out in my body, where do I need to exhale and go into that core wrap to support my balance, pelvic and spinal stability in this movement. When your arms go up, make sure your shoulders don't go up with them. Find those scapula down your back. Whew. Keep breathing, we're almost there. Remember, this is your last interval. So let's try to finish just as strong as we started. Just you and your breath. I am huffing and puffing. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Final recovery position. Bring yourself down to all fours. And what I'm gonna have you do is take one knee up on the high diagonal. And you can just rock in and out of that leg here. That's gonna give you a little bit of a stretch through here, which is gonna allow you to relax and release your pelvic floor. So you can take a little bit of mobility through the pelvis, or you can just hold that stretch if this feels like a pretty big stretch on you. Think pelvic floor muscles. Widen, lengthen, let go, release your jaw. And then I'm just gonna even it out on the other side here, lifting that leg up. You might feel that you've got more of a release on one side over the other. This side feels a little more open for me. Relax, relax, relax. Deep and calm. Full belly, ribs and belly, fill on that inhale. To keep relaxing on that exhale. Whew. And then I'm gonna take one more recovery position to end my workout today. I'm just gonna sit back in child's pose, drop my forehead down to the floor. If this is not comfortable for you, you're welcome to just sit up on those elbows as well. But think again of releasing those pelvic floor muscles. And this release work in between these intervals, when we're up, we're moving quickly, we've got to have a lot of recruitment of those muscles to keep us safe in those faster movements. So this contrast when we come down and go into these stretching and lengthening positions, this helps you create that pelvic floor, that healthy function of full contract, full relax. Good, take one more breath here. Inhale, ribs and belly. Exhale, let it go. And then we did do some cardio, some lower body focused stuff. So if you need to take a few stretches, maybe get into that piriformis on either side, you can hold those for a few seconds. maybe add an extra stretch video to take some time to feel all of this lengthening through the body, just taking what you need. Over to the other side, lifting up. And let's take one final breath together. Go ahead and cross those legs in front of you, scoop those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale down to your heart. Bring those hands over your heart. Close your eyes. Relax your pelvic floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, and I want you to just think release, relax, and calm. Great job.